Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're heading to Pohang, this amazing coastal city on the east coast of Gyeongbuk province. And let me tell you, this place has it all: beautiful seasides, incredible food, and it's famous for being a filming location for K-dramas. So stick around as we uncover all the hidden gems that Pohang has to offer. First things first, we're starting our journey from Suseo station in Seoul's Gangnam district. From there, you can take the SRT on the Donghae line straight to Pohang, and it only takes about 2 hours and 20 minutes. Right now, there are 2 SRT trains running daily from Suseo to Pohang. The first one departs at 6:30 a.m. and arrives at 8:51 a.m. The second train leaves at 4:34 p.m. and pulls in at 7:01 p.m. So let's hop on this fast and comfortable train ride and get there. So here's the thing about Pohang. It's situated on the easternmost coast of the Korean peninsula, and it's got this stunning East Sea coastline. Pohang is basically heaven for seafood lovers, especially if you're into snow crab, known as daege in Korean, and king crab. It's also home to POSCO, which is one of Korea's largest steel companies. But what's really put Pohang on the map lately is that it's been the filming location for hit K-dramas like When the Camellia Blooms and Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. It's this perfect blend of natural beauty and modern development that makes it such an incredible travel destination. So when we arrived in Pohang, our very first stop was the POSCO Museum, officially called Park 1538. This place is honestly such a cool cultural space where you can take in the entire history of POSCO and the Korean steel industry all under one roof. Now here's the thing. It's open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and they're closed on Sundays. But the best part, it's completely free to get in. They do run it on an online reservation system, so booking ahead is recommended. That said, if you just show up without a reservation, don't stress. You can still walk in and check out the history gallery, no problem. And get this, you can actually tour the steel factory too. Pretty wild, right? The one exception is that foreign group tours aren't allowed inside. My guess? It's probably because this is a nationally important facility, so they have to keep certain restrictions in place. Oh, and one more thing, if you're doing a road trip with a rental car like we were, you'll be happy to know the parking is completely free. At the POSCO Museum, you really get to experience both the past and present of Korea's steel industry in a way that's surprisingly engaging. Definitely worth a visit. Now, if there's one thing you absolutely have to eat in Pohang, it's got to be king crab. And the best place to get it, Jukdo market. You can find super fresh snow crab and king crab there. There are tons of great crab restaurants in the market, and when it's in season, the snow crab is absolutely incredible. You can also enjoy fresh sashimi on the side. We actually headed to a crab restaurant near the Guryongpo Japanese House Street because we had plans coming up next. So here's how it works. You pay for your crab by the kilogram, and the price is calculated based on the weight. My husband and I didn't eat too much, so we got 2 smaller ones for about 160,000 won. And let me tell you, we couldn't even finish it all. After you pay for your crab, you head upstairs to the restaurant, and they bring out all these side dishes for you. You don't pay extra for those. It's all included in the price of the crab. If you go to Pohang, you've got to try the snow crab. It's seriously the best food experience you can have there. Next up is the Guryongpo Japanese House Street, and this place is incredible. This was an open port city during the Japanese occupation, and you can still see all these historical remnants from back then. There are about 80 Japanese-style houses preserved along about 500 meters of road. It literally feels like you've time-traveled 100 years into the past. The buildings have been restored really thoughtfully, and it's such a nice place to just walk around and take in the atmosphere. One thing to keep in mind though, most places are closed on Wednesdays, so try to avoid visiting on that day. Pohang is actually the filming location for a bunch of dramas and movies. When the Camellia Blooms was filmed around the Guryongpo area, and honestly, that drama put Pohang on the map for a lot of tourists. There are other filming locations scattered around too, so drama fans definitely flock here. Another super popular drama, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, was also filmed in Pohang, especially around the Cheongha area and near Homigot. So If you're into K-dramas, you can relive all those emotional moments right here in Pohang. We actually took a little break and grabbed some coffee at a cafe while we were walking around the Guryongpo Japanese house street. It was really nice.
차 우리는 법 안내해드리고 운전마저 준비해드리겠습니다. 운전 준비해드렸습니다. 차 같이 드실 수 있게 여분용 찻잔 한 개 더 준비해드렸어요. 감사합니다. 뚜껑이 작은데 잔 여시고 뒤에 눌러주시면서 물은 가득 부어주시면 됩니다. 타이머는 제일 오른쪽 버튼만 눌러주시면 되세요. 잔 덮고 타이머가 울리면 같은 버튼 눌러서 소리 먼저 꺼주시고 잔 여신 다음에 다 우러난 찬물을 옆에 남김없이 끝까지 다 걸러서 붓고 잔에 나눠 부어주시면 되세요.
I think for most Koreans, when you mention Pohang, the first thing that comes to mind is probably the Homigot Sunrise Square. So Homigot is actually the easternmost point of the Korean peninsula. It's like the tail of a tiger if you look at the shape of Korea. And because of that, it's the first place where the sun rises. The main landmark here is this amazing sculpture called the Hands of Harmony, standing in the water in front of the square. Watching the sun come up over those giant hands is absolutely breathtaking. Tons of people come here on New Year's Day to watch the sunrise. At night, it's all lit up with beautiful lights. So it's become a really popular spot for night photography too. There's no way you can miss Jukdo Market when you're visiting Pohang. This place is open year-round and operates from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Keep in mind that individual shops have different hours, so just be aware of that. And here's a heads up, a lot of the shops close pretty early. If you're planning to grab something to eat, it's best to go during lunchtime. At Jukdo Market, you'll find fresh seafood, snow crab, sashimi, and all kinds of other local specialties. If you're not feeling seafood, there's one dish you absolutely have to try, and that's beef head soup. So when we went to Jukdo Market for dinner, a lot of the restaurants were already closed. We actually asked one of the shop owners for a recommendation, and that's when they suggested beef head soup. The beef head soup in Pohang has this deep, rich flavor that comes from decades of tradition. So beef head includes the head part of the cow, you've got bone, cartilage, and really tender meat all mixed together. The meat from the cheeks is incredibly tender and has this amazing chewy texture. It's loaded with collagen, so you get that satisfying chewiness, and it's actually great for your skin too. The broth itself is simmered for over 12 hours, which is why it has such a rich, deep flavor and is absolutely packed with nutrients. We ordered the regular beef head soup and also got one with abalone in it. Honestly, I'd never seen a meat soup with seafood in it before, and it was absolutely delicious. The chewy texture of the abalone paired with the tender beef head created this really unique taste. Abalone is packed with taurine, which is great for fighting off fatigue, so combining it with the beef head soup made it even more nutritious. I'm telling you, this combo is seriously a real pick-me-up. The next spot we checked out was the Seaside Pavilion at Yongil Beach. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't great that day. There was a lot of fog, so the view wasn't as clear as we would have liked. But this is actually Korea's first ever Seaside Pavilion, and it's this two-story traditional structure built right out in the water. The best part? Entrance is completely free for everyone. What's unique about it is how it extends out into the water in this really interesting way. It's not overly decorated or anything. It's more about how the traditional architecture blends with the ocean. The view of the East Sea from here is absolutely stunning. If you go in the evening, you can catch some really romantic night views. Another amazing spot in Pohang is Spacewalk in Hwangho Park. If you visit during the day, there's also a botanical garden in the park, so definitely check that out too. It takes about 15 minutes to walk up the hill to get to Spacewalk. This is a 333-meter long staircase structure, and it's literally called the world's most beautiful staircase. And get this, admission is free. The operating hours change depending on the season. During summer, from April to October, it's open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. During winter, from November to March, it's 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekends. One important thing to note, if it's raining or really windy, they close it down. Unfortunately, when we went it was raining, so we couldn't go up. But from Spacewalk, you can see the entire coastline of Pohang at once. And at night, the whole thing is lit up, which looks absolutely amazing. If you go on a clear day, you're gonna get some seriously beautiful photos. After an incredible time exploring Pohang, we headed to Pohang Terminal the next morning to catch our ride to our next destination. So here's the question. Where do you think we're headed next? Stay tuned to find out.